Hello and welcome back to another DIY video. Today we're going to be working on my 2007 Porsche Cayman 987.1 model. We're going to be replacing the both lower control arm links on the driver's side and of course the passenger side. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up so it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I'll go over some tools you'll need here in just a moment. Some tools you'll need for this DIY, starting from left to right: a 3/8 battery powered ratchet. You don't have to use this. A 1/2 inch impact wrench. You should totally use this, or breaker bar. A breaker bar, a torque wrench, 13/16 crescent wrench, 19mm bit, 18mm bit, torx 25, and of course some Loctite. Besides the tools I just showed you, you need some floor jacks right here on both sides, and then a floor jack right here, and then your jack stands. That's usually how I have mine propped up. You should do the same. The jack points are clearly marked under the car. Take the rims off. Once you get the wheels off, I like to throw mine under the car just for added protection, just in case your jack stands fail. This next part is optional. I forgot to film it just now, so sorry about that, but these little fasteners, these are going to be the torx 25. You can take them off if you'd like. The reason I took mine off is so that I have a little bit more flexibility when I'm messing around with the lower control arm right here, because you can see it's a very tight squeeze, and I'm wanting a little bit of flexibility and for things not to break. Alright, so now we are inside the wheel well. So this big guy right here that I'm tapping on, this is going to be the lower control arm. This is what we're actually replacing. This is the lower control arm link. And of course, not of course, but if you don't know, this is going to be the inner tie rod, and this is the outer tie rod. So now you're going to take your 18mm bit. We're going to put it on a breaker bar or a socket wrench and just hold it in place right here, just so that it doesn't spin. Now I want to go up top with your 13/16, and let's see if I can get it. Back this off. Alright, so I'm going to get your 18mm bit, get in place on the bottom. This right here is the 13/16. Let me get this bad boy on. You might need a breaker bar. Alright. Alright, making progress. Alright, once you get it loose enough, this should come right off. Alright, put it off to the side. Now we got all that loose, we're going to go over to the front of the car. You'll notice that there is a belly plan right there, or an under tray. It actually sits up like this, and you just have to follow the outer ring. It's a torx 25. You would just loosen it and it'll drop it, so you have a little bit more visibility. Technically, you don't have to do that, just because you should already have access to the nut right here that we're going to be removing straight from this little panel. So you don't have to do it. I'm just doing that just so I have, again, just a little bit more space to work. So back this one out, 18mm bit. Let me take this off all the way just so you can see it better. All right. 18mm bit. You're gonna very likely need a breaker bar for this. back that all the way up. Back over to this side right here. We should have what we need at this point to be able to wiggle it out. I think it's a little bit easier when you push the fork side inward and then out. See how easy it is with this panel loose? So get it maneuvered out now. Something stuck. Let's see. To the side here. So you will notice that this is what it looks like here. You got to transfer this air deflector, or whatever this piece is called, over to your new replacement part. My bushings are destroyed. Yep, they're pretty much done, and it's super loose. This should be tight. Look at that. Look at all that play. You shouldn't be able to do this by hand. But that's how you remove the lower control arm link. So I am going to go ahead and wrap this video up. To install it, obviously do everything in reverse. Make sure to transfer that plastic piece, as I mentioned, over to your replacement part. Check all of your torque values. I don't have them on hand. It looks like the fasteners and bolts had Loctite on it, so make sure you put Loctite on. If you like this video, make sure you give me that thumbs up to help with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to hit subscribe to the channel so we can continue to grow it. Thanks so much, and leave your questions and comments below for the group. I forgot to mention, when taking out that lower control arm link, if you're struggling to get it off of this, I don't know what this thing is called, this little plate holder, go ahead and just loosen up the sway bar nuts right here. These are both 15mm nuts, so it's 15 on this side and 15 on, there's two right here that hold it. Just loosen them up, and then this will come right off.